There comes a time in every man's life when his shoes decide to quit. No shine, no polish, just sadness.
Huh. Look familiar? Well, it doesn't have to. In just a few short minutes, you can take your shoe from this to this. So how can you achieve this golden standard of shoe shining? Let's take a look. Now I know you can barely contain your excitement for shoe shining, but before we begin, we have to unlace the shoe, apply heel and edge, and brush off. One of the most important parts of a good shine is making sure it's consistent all the way throughout the shoe. While not necessary, if you really want to go the extra mile with your shoes, you can shine around and underneath the laces, especially since your laces can damage the polish underneath.
Look at all this damage!
One of the most satisfying steps of the shoe shining process is applying heel and edge. While I'm pretty sure most people only use this on, well, the heel and edges, I like to put this on the entire bottom of the shoe. And even though no one's gonna see it, it makes me happy knowing it's there. The final part of the preparation step is to brush off, and this is because a lot of dust and cracked polish can accumulate on top of your shoes, and this gets in between the polish and the actual shoe, so we want to get rid of that. Of course, if you don't plan on shining the whole shoe, then don't brush the whole shoe. That'll just make your polish look terrible. Only brush the parts you plan on shining. And with that, we move on to the second phase of shoe shining, laying the base coat. Here we'll use a toothbrush to clean up the tops of the rims, as well as use cotton balls to get the rest of the shoe. To start, just load up your toothbrush with a bunch of polish. After that, run it firmly across the top of your rims, right where the bottom of the shoe meets the leather. This way you can get rid of any dust that's collected on your rims, as well as ensuring that the bottom seams and crevices of your shoe get polished, since they're often neglected without this step. My shoe shining weapon of choice is the cotton ball. While many people might opt for an old t-shirt or a microfiber rag, I find that the cotton ball is the fastest and easiest way to get a mirror shine. With a little bit of water and a little bit of polish, our cotton ball is ready to go. Start off with the idea that you're just trying to spread the polish over the area of the shoe you're shining. The shine will come later. It's important not to apply too much pressure during this step. If you're pressing so hard that the shape of the shoe is becoming disformed, then you're using too much pressure. Some other common shoe shining errors you should try to avoid are using too much polish and using too much water. You know you're using too much polish if your cotton ball doesn't glide across the surface of the shoe, and you're using too much water if you can visibly see water pools on your shoe. If you avoid these mistakes and continue to make little circles with your cotton ball, your shoe should end up something like this. And even if it doesn't, a few light coats of polish and my secret technique should get it the rest of the way. For the final coats, you can either continue to use the cotton ball you've been using, flip it over to another side, or use a completely different cotton ball, whatever works best for you. Also, for this final step, use significantly less polish. All the final coat is supposed to do is fill in any small scratches or dents that might be in the base coat, giving us a smooth shine all the way around. It turns out the secret to beautiful shoes was inside you all along. Literally. The quick exhale on the tip of the shoe will add some much needed moisture without adding too much. If you'd like to move on to the next step, then you can skip ahead. But if you want to watch the whole process, then stay tuned. step is to buff. This can be done very simply by overloading a fresh cotton ball with water and then going over the parts of the shoe you shined. And with that, your shoe is complete, and hopefully you were able to get a similar result. And if you didn't, that's totally okay. Shoe shining takes a lot of practice.
And there you have it. The perfect shoe. Of course, feel free to use some, all, or none of the techniques featured in this video. Shoe shining is a lot about trial and error and finding what works best for you. Stay persistent and you will improve. Thank you for tuning in to this episode, and I will see you next time on The Cadet Corner.
Man!